Silicon Valley versus Santa Cruz County, prices and lifestyle difference. This video is for you if you are debating to live in one place or the other. The medium sale price in the Silicon Valley is 1.8, while in the Santa Cruz County it is 1.3. With that said, of course, there's a little pocket neighborhood that can be higher or lower in both areas, but Santa Cruz County will provide a lot of more options and both of them have very, very different lifestyle. Average rent, it's actually pretty similar, and property taxes, it is pretty similar as well. And insurance cost does change depending if it's in a moderate or a high fire zone in both areas. And usually whenever you're purchasing a home, the insurance company wants to have a replacement for square foot, and if you are in a high fire zone, it could be more expensive than a lower risk zone. Commuting cost, of course, if you do live in Santa Cruz and you need to commute over the Silicon Valley, you should consider that in your home purchase. And a lot of people do it because, Santa Cruz has a very good coastline that you can enjoy, trails to hike, and it's has totally different vibes than Silicon Valley, which is much busier. For example, for me, I do like the slow lifestyle that Santa Cruz could provide. What are the most affordable areas in Santa Cruz County? That's a great question. Now, actually, you can get a great property for a great price in Boulder Creek, Lompico, and still in the city of Watsonville. But we're still talking about you need $600,000, $700,000, $800,000 if you're looking for a cool property. So yeah, I think those three are the most affordable ones. Live Oak used to be affordable, but I don't think it is anymore. A townhouse actually goes for $800,000, $700,000 to $900,000 with an HOA. And a single family can easily go from 110 to 17, 18. There was just one on Chanticleer Avenue that got multiple offers and got all the way to 18. The most expensive areas in Santa Cruz County are, of course, the closer you get to the beach, the more expensive it could get. But there is a lot of fantastic community, which one of them is Pasatiempo, that's very desirable. Carbonera Estates, Woods Cove in between Santa Cruz and Scotts Valley. It's got custom home, gated communities. And you have Montefiore in Scotts Valley. In the Aptos Hills, you do also have some amazing estates. For example, I sold one for $5 million. It was a 7,600 square foot house with ocean view with 2.5 acres off De Bernardo Lane, which is a super cool dead-end road with 8 custom estates with stunning views. So Aptos Hills, I will say, the coastline and those gated community are one of the most expensive places in Santa Cruz. Capitola is actually quite expensive, which is with this vibrant community and this super cool microclimate, which people love, and its charm. Capitola provides a lot of activities, especially in the summertime, of course, where you can go and enjoy the amazing community. The west side, it is wonderful, and there are stunning sunsets, and it's actually constantly growing with the university being very, very close. It's pretty amazing, and you get the fog and the sun and the best of both worlds. What are the most affordable areas in the Silicon Valley? Of course, the southern you get from San Jose, the more you get for your money. Of course, you move towards Morgan Hill and Gilroy, you get newer home with land for a better price. While, the closer you get to the Silicon Valley, the better schools are, the more the price will go up as well. East San Jose, it is also a very good area that's more affordable than other areas in San Jose. But of course, in the East Foothill, you do have some super cool properties with amazing views. Of course, every pocket neighborhood has a difference in the schools, and there's a lot of other factors that we will need to customize depending on what you're looking for. And then you have some extremely expensive areas, the Silicon Valley, like Palo Alto, Cupertino, Menlo Park. And over there you have fantastic school districts, very easy commute to major companies. And those areas are extremely desirable right now. You also have some amazing, successful companies like Google, Facebook, Apple, and there is, of course, a lot more. And also one of the most desirable places as well, it's Los Gatos, which provides one of the best school districts you can find. It's a pretty cool area as well. What do you think are the reasons that drive up the value in those areas? Convenience, school, and location. I think those three are extremely important, and the climate as well. Those, I think, are the major factor. And of course, the commuting to those major big companies, it's important as well. Also, Saratoga, it's an extremely expensive place to live, where you also do have fantastic schools, and you have some of the most beautiful, actually, estates are in Saratoga and in the hills, and there is a beautiful mountain vineyard over there. I've been there to a concert with my wife, and the stunning views that you have over there, you see all the way to the bay, are incredible. What kind of lifestyle can somebody expect in Santa Cruz? In Santa Cruz, you have all kinds of activities. Of course, having the water activities, the surfing, kayaking, waterboarding, and you have all those amazing state parks where you can hike, run. There is different pockets areas, but Santa Cruz provides a very healthy lifestyle, and people are mostly nice, and it's pretty cool. Would you consider Santa Cruz being a little more laid back than the Silicon Valley? I do think so, that it is a little more laid back if you're looking for the lifestyle. What kind of lifestyle can I expect to live if I choose to live in the Silicon Valley? It's busier. People are moving a little bit more than Santa Cruz County, and I don't think there is as much of a sense of community. For example, I have a friend that lives in San Jose in a nice area, and they haven't really met their neighbors. Here in Santa Cruz County, a lot of neighbors and neighborhoods. It's pretty cool that they all know each other. It's definitely a different vibe, so I recommend that before you decide to buy either way, it might be a good idea to meet the neighbors before you even purchase your house, so you know what kind of neighbors you have and such. Silicon Valley, it's a high-paced job center, and it has a higher competition than Santa Cruz, while you have to commute to those jobs, but you have the kind of best of both worlds. That's why a lot of people do commute. Living in Santa Cruz County, but working in Silicon Valley, what are the pros? The pros are that, you have a better sense of community, you have more, healthy activities, access, to the ocean and all those trails. The cons are that you have to commute, and sometimes you have traffic, and 17 could be backed up, and there is an accident, or getting in the car for 2-3 hours a day. Some people do that, but you have the ocean and the trails the weekend to enjoy. Highway 17 connects Santa Cruz County to the Silicon Valley, and it's kind of a little windy road, and unfortunately there is a lot of accident there. Actually, one day I was driving and car flipped in front of me. I was like, holy guacamole. I always go slow. Please drive safe, drive slow, take your time, 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, it's okay. But yes, so you do have to commute and can factor that in, figure out how far away you are from your job. For example, some people live in Boulder Creek and commute, and they have different ways, not only 17, you can go to Bear Creek Road, you can go to Highway 9 and through Saratoga, and those are a pretty cool drive through the redwoods. But sometimes if there is a storm, there could be a tree down and etc. So you gotta factor that into the deal. Well, buying in Santa Cruz will still give me long equity growth as you see in the Silicon Valley? That's a good question. I actually do think so. And I remember when I first started in my career, actually Santa Cruz County and Santa Clara County had such a bigger difference, and now they do. They're actually getting closer and closer. And I think people are realizing that how beautiful Santa Cruz County is, and so people are navigating and moving towards that and making it more desirable every day. So I do think that in the long run, Santa Cruz has a fantastic level of growth, and it's a great place to invest. How do I know if living in Santa Cruz and working in Silicon Valley is the right choice for my family? I recommend that you actually maybe rent a place for 3 months and figure out the commute before you make the big investment, or have a backup plan to be able to find a property that you could rent out and move back and keep it as an investment, because I think it's a great place to invest if you could do that. But of course, every situation is different. I'm happy to sit down with you and we can talk about pros and cons and develop a game plan for you that's smart and strategic. No matter your budget or lifestyle, both Santa Cruz County and Silicon Valley offers amazing options. It's knowing where to look and who to work with. If you're thinking to make a move, let's sit down, talk about goals, and put together a strategic game plan to make it happen for you.